I'm Jenni Carlson here with Gina Mizell. We're in Manhattan, Kansas, where tonight K-State has defeated Oklahoma State 44-30. Gina, we knew this game was going to be tough for Oklahoma State to come on the road against the number 2 team in the country and win. What was the difference tonight?
Well, they just made too many mistakes against a team in Kansas State that their MO is that they don't make mistakes. They had 5 turnovers. Wes Lunt threw 3 interceptions, including a pick 6 before he got knocked out of the game with the injury. Joseph Randall fumbled again, and they allowed a 100-yard kickoff return to Tyler Lockett, and just the types of plays that you can't give up against the Kansas State team. You basically have to play a perfect game and hope that a couple breaks go your way. That didn't happen for the Cowboys tonight. I mean, the score was only a 14-point deficit, but after about the middle of the second quarter, this game was really never in doubt.
Well, you mentioned Wes Lunt and his injury. We seem to be coming back to these questions of quarterback and health and all that sort of thing again and again. What do we know right now about Wes Lunt and his prognosis?
Yeah, well, he got hurt early in the second half on the Cowboys' first drive of the third quarter. He took a hit on a screen pass to Joseph Randall, and it kind of was a little bit stumbling, looked to be hobbled, when he got up off the field and actually stayed in the ball game. But, that drive ended in his third interception, and when he came off the field, you could tell he was being looked at by the medical staff. Robert Allen, the radio Cowboy Network sideline reporter, said that he was feeling nauseous and he was having trouble seeing. So obviously that kind of points to potentially a concussion. But Mike Gundy didn't obviously announce anything. That's his injury policy, is not to disclose any details. So it's going to be a question that probably lingers into next week as usual. So we thought we were done talking about injuries to quarterbacks, and a week later here we are again. So Clint Shelf obviously came in and played pretty well, I thought, for the most part, to come into emergency duty. So, he might be the guy against West Virginia.
Yeah, we just don't know at this point how severe Wes Lunt's injury could be. We're going to have to wait to see on that. But, Gina, the Cowboys, despite all this that we're talking about, 5 turnovers, an injured starting quarterback, they're still in it. They have a chance to potentially get it down to a score with a couple minutes to go. It ended in an interception, fittingly, considering the way this evening went for them. But do they take some solace in that the defense, they held Colin Klein to just 1 touchdown? I mean, is there some bright spots to maybe take away from this in that they had a chance to get it to 1 score there late?
I think probably the defense's performance is probably the biggest thing. Again, they're coming off 2 solid performances against Iowa State and TCU. Not as good tonight against Kansas State, but again, one of the touchdowns was on a special teams kickoff return. One of the touchdowns was on a pick 6. So obviously, those aren't on the defense. So, overall, I thought they played pretty well. And again, I thought Clint Shelf did well in emergency duty. So if he does have to be the guy against West Virginia, I think you feel, pretty confident about that going into it. At least he didn't, come out and look extremely rattled. So, again, obviously, there's still lots to play for this season. And we're going to find out a lot about this team, just like we thought, in November with West Virginia and Texas Tech and OU coming up on the schedule. So I'm curious to see again how they respond with all this adversity at the quarterback position.
All right, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.